Hey guys, what's going on today? BOJoeKO here, and we are back with our NHL 15 Be a GM following the Vancouver Canucks. So we are about to start our year number 7 offseason in free agency right now. So last episode we signed up all of our teammates. We made those trades at the draft, and we're going to be going into free agency here. Not much once again to look into what we're going to be grabbing up for free agency. Money's kind of limited, so pretty much we're just going to be looking for a backup goaltender and possibly 1 or 2 depth forwards for our 4th line, just in case if any of the players do decide to grow or not in overall. So we're just going to have to account for that as a possibility. So let's get ourselves unrestricted, guys, and let's go see if we can get ourselves a little 4th line forwards here so that we can round out our team. Now I would like some wingers rather than some centers, but we'll have to see who we have available here 4th line wise. Alright, so 3rd line, guys, 3rd line checkers will work as well, and these are all unrestricted free agents. So we're just going to be looking for some players with some very good defensive categories. Colton Sissons actually is not too terrible. He's got 88 for defensive awareness. Discipline's okay. 82 and an 84 for defense. I'm going to turn my TV again so I can actually see it a little bit better. Alright, so he's not terrible defensively. He's got good defensive awareness, so that's good. Let's see about Scott Kosmachuk. He's got 87 for defensive awareness. We got like a couple 80s there for defense. Andronov, he is a sniper, so we're not looking to get him up. Kyle Clifford, not really great discipline-wise. How many penalty minutes does he take? 71. Yeah, he's upwards of penalty minutes. So even though Kyle Clifford's got decent defense, nothing I'm looking too great there. Sean Mathias, he's a depth forward. No, still like low 80s. Nikolai Kulemin, let's see how much Cooley once says. Defense has kind of dropped off by now. Gabriel Bork, a couple little bit of low 80s there. And then we're moving into the really low guys by Mark Miles Bell. I don't know if he's related to Mark Bell at all. Straka's not going to be good at all. Hiddink, Brooke Hiddink, high potential for a top 9 forward. But he's got no defense there. Nick Cousins, no. Nathan Horton really progressed, I guess degressed by now. He's 80 overall now. There's no real reason to get him. Odell, LaBelle, Chad LaBelle, another sniper. Dozy, I'm still going to be looking at the 80 overall guys. Yep, Nicholas Dozy, nope, no need to get him. Julian Peltier, this guy actually has top 6 potential, and he's a depth forward. Medium potential for top 6, Chad LaBelle. You know what, nah, I'm going to skip on that guy. Even though I'm usually 1 for 1 guys to get up with the prospects. Mitch Mraz, I think he's a grinder. Well, he's a grinder. He has no discipline, but he does have decent defensive stats. So that's something to get there. Jordan Caron, no. I think we might have to go with Colton Sissons. Brad Ross. Yeah, Dundas. I'm only going to look at a couple more there. He's a grinder, but once again, no. Discipline, Jerry D'Amigo, no. Maybe 1 more. That's not Eric Carlson. Well, it is Eric Carlson, but it's the playmaker Eric Carlson. And nope, that's it. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend a good bit of money here. I think I'll sign another like depth forward just in case. So maybe I'll sign like a guy for like a minor league deal or something like that. A minor league, or well, no, maybe I'll sign one of the lower end guys for 1 mil, because that'll leave me 3 mil to sign a backup. Yeah, it probably gives me enough money. All right, so let us try to get Colton Sissons. Wants a lot though. He wants 2 years though at 3.7. He's a lot of money for a 3rd liner who's going to be playing 4th line time. It seems like a lot of money to give a 4th line player. It is only going to be for 1 year, but you know, that's kind of like a hefty contract to give him though. I think that might be a little bit too much, to be honest. Might be a little bit too much to give this guy. Maybe I should just go after Gabriel Bork. Gabriel Bork wants 3 years though, at age 30. He's a little bit more disciplined. He's a left winger. Do I rather spend 2 mil or 1 mil? I'd rather spend 2 mil on this guy. So let me get up Gabriel Bork just because of the fact that I want a little bit cheaper deal here. So 2.7. So yeah, let's put him down for 1 year at 2.5 mil for Gabriel Bork. Just because I think Sissons is going to want a lot. Because if I offer him 1-year deal, he might like want jack that up to 4. Yeah, he wants 4 mil for that. No way I'm paying a fourth liner $4 million. I'd rather pay 2.5 mil for 1 year for Gabriel Bork for my fourth line. So that'll work out. I'll sign one extra person as well. Let's see, who could we sign down here that actually had decent stats? Was it Peltier? No, he was not. Should we sign Nathan Horton for a 1-year deal? No, he's got really bad discipline. Let's get the grinder. Why don't we get Mitch Moroz? Yeah, let's get Mitch Moroz. He wants 2 years. I'll give him a 1-year deal at 1.1. I can probably bounce this back down to 1. So let's give him 1 year, $1 million for Mitch Moroz, just in case as another extra fourth line forward. And then we do need a backup goaltender just in case what's his face is not ready. So we have this guy, Traverse. Do I sign this guy? It's pretty cheap. I'm like, it's cheap just because of the fact that I can get him. I'm not gonna get him just for the fact that it's gonna be super cheap. I'll let somebody else snag him up in free agency here. So we got a lot of backups here. Well, we actually have a lot of starters. We have Coleman Volrath, who is 83 overall as a backup goaltender right now. Let's see, did he play at all last year? He did not. We have this guy, Cook, who's 28. Jordan Cook, did he play at all last year? No, he did not, so he's not going to be getting any better. Neither of these guys are. Carter Hutton is 80 overall. Yaroslav Halak and Rito Barra are the guys I'm looking at here for veteran presence. Halak played, he went 29 and 29, goals against average like 3.1. That's not really that great. Rito Barra, let's check out if Barra played. No, he hasn't played in a long time. He went 9 and 21 the year that he did play. Might have to go after one of these guys, one of these rookie guys. Might have to go either a guy like Jordan Cook or Volrath here. Volrath wants a lot. I only want a backup here because I know my prospect goaltenders are going to get a little bit better. So let's just sign Jordan Cook here on a 1-year deal at 1.2. It's fine with me. So I'll offer Cook that money. That's what he wants. I'm going to skip on Mathieu Traverse, or Traverse, however you guys want to say his name. I'm going to skip on him just because it's cheap, and I don't want to abuse the game that much. Even though I easily could. So let's just advance a day here. Let's see if we can get ourselves Gabriel Bork, Mitch Moroz, and that goaltender. All right, let's advance a couple days here. Keep advancing days. Not going to sign any prospects either. Alright, so Gabriel Bork has accepted our offer, so there we go. Mitch Moroz rejected. This clearly chose to make some changes there, salary, so you're going to compromise. Okay, we didn't get Mitch Moroz, and Jordan Cook went with another team, so he signed with Washington. Okay, so we didn't get Cook, so that might have to mean I might have to get one of the veteran goalies there. Alright, so let's see if we can get Moroz again. Just a little tough guy grinder there on the fourth line. Oh my god. Loading screens way too damn long. Everybody says the loading screens have been fixed for NHL 16. I'm pretty looking forward to that. Alright, let's get the Tendy. First we have 5.5. Yep, both those goalies got snagged up. Alright, so it's either Rito Barra, Yaroslav Halak, or Carter Hutton. Let's see, I'm just going to look at the stars. So 4, 4, 3.5. 3.5, 4, 4. I really want the reflexes and I really want reflexes and puck control to be 4s. I'm looking for 4s in those categories. 3.5, 4, 4, 3.5. I kind of like Carter Hutton's stats. He's got high 86s in his like puck control category. Yeah, it's a lot better than I think some of the other guys have. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Carter Hutton here. I will go after Carter Hutton is like an 80 overall goaltender. I'll offer him 1.4 mil for 1 year on a one-way deal for Carter Hutton. Hopefully he takes that, and just because he had the best like whatever the category was, I just looked up and I can't remember it for the top of my head. Okay, so we were going to go grab Mitch Moroz, right? I think the problem with Mitch Moroz was that he wants 2 years. but I'm only going to offer him 1, so I'll bump his salary up to 1.3. There you go. Hopefully he takes that. Doesn't want the years, but if I offer him a bit more money, he should probably take that. Alright, so let's advance a couple days here. Hopefully we get these 2 guys back. Well, not back, hopefully we get them signed. Still waiting on it. Simulating. Alright, so Carter Hutton did accept our offer, so we got our backup, and Mitch Moroz did accept it. Alright, so remember, Mitch Moroz is just a 1-year signing player, just in case we do need to fill out that 4th line with an extra player. But we got our backup tender if need be, if Nick McBride or one of the other goaltenders is not ready by then. I think we should be pretty good to go. But other than that, I think we are done with free agency here, so let's just simulate all the way ahead to the till preseason starts, and we'll take a look at our roster, see of the progression changes, and we'll evaluate the team from there. So I'm not gonna waste your time, guys, by watching this. So we're just gonna simulate ahead, and we'll see you at the beginning of year number 7. Alright guys, so here we are at the beginning of year number 7. We got our schedule updated. Gonna be starting off the year at home against the team that knocked us out of the playoffs last year, the Edmonton Oilers. So let's go to our contracts here, and let's see how good this team is looking for for year number 7. Alright, so let us look at this team and let's see what everything is looking like here. So goaltenders. Alright, so Patrick Polivka is still an 89. Did he go up to an 89? I think he was an 89. So Patrick Polivka is still an 89 overall goaltender, elite goaltender. Carter Hutton actually dropped an overall, so he's a 79 now. So hopefully Nick McBride or one of those 2 goaltenders is ready to be a backup, hopefully. So unfortunately, if not, we're gonna have to run with an 89 and 79. Either that or make a trade for a backup tendy, but we'll have to see there. But Patrick Polivka still looking good. Remember, we made that big trade, sending Dubois away. So Polivka is signed for pretty much the rest of his career here in Vancouver at 7.2. Hopefully, he will be making that money. Remember, we know what we've seen at Polivka in the past. He's had the good seasons. You know, he's had the really bad season, he's had the good season, and he's had the so-so season. So it's going to be interesting to see which Patrick Polivka we get added this year of year number 7 as a starting goaltender. Once again, alright, so as the number 1 guy. And unfortunately, Nick McBride is not ready. He's not ready. He is a 79 overall, so it looks like he's going to be getting another year in the minors. And it looks like we're going to have to run Carter Hutton. Either that or we're going to have to trade for a backup goaltender. You guys can let me know about that, what we should do there. Maybe I'll look at the trading block and see about offered up goaltenders that are possibly being traded around. Maybe I could just swap a pick for a backup goaltender. Maybe like a draft pick, a 2nd round or a 3rd round pick for a tendy. But, you know, we'll have to see about that. But right now, goaltender is, you know, it's not that big of an issue because we got an 89. Would like another solid backup, but we'll see what we can do there. All right, so defense. Let's see if there's any big changes in the defensemen. Joakim Norlund did jump up 1 more overall again, so he is now a 93 overall defensive franchise defenseman. His defensive category is still getting better, 97, 93, 95. Shooting is getting a little bit better. Puck skills are obviously his weak part, but skating's good, physicality's good, senses and discipline's good. Yep, he's turning out to be that top defenseman, you know, that we've always wanted. Cam Fowler is 87. Did he actually go up to an 87? I think he did. I think he was at like 86 for a while. But oh, is he a top 2? Oh no, he's top 4. I thought he got registered as a top 4. Never mind. But Hamilton's still at 85. Helmanen, was he at 83 or did he move up to an 84? I think he is. He was an 84 at the end of last year, but he's still there. Tanev still stayed at 84. Hogman still stayed at a 82. And Dylan Corson, look at that. Our 80. Are we missing a defensive? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So, what's his face? Dave Corson can play this year. He's got decent defensive stats. You know, he's got better stats than Hogboom, I would say. I mean, I'm looking to compare them. I mean, puck skills. Puck skills, he doesn't have them there. I mean, I think he has better passing than him, though. He does have better passing than Hogboom. Shooting, like low to mid 80s. I think Hogman looks like he has a little bit more power under his shot. Yeah, it looks like he might have a little bit more power under his shot. Defensively, though, 89, 79, 81. 86, 80, 83. I would give the edge there to Corson, just because he has shot blocking and stick checking a little bit more handle than he does. I think Hogman definitely hasn't beaten poise in the poise category. 78, 84, 73, 75, 78, 67. Yeah, he hasn't beaten the poise. Skating really doesn't matter much in this game. All the players seem to have like decently high skating, and then physicality, Hogman hasn't beaten physicality. So I would say Corson is probably a better looking defensive player, but Hogboom, you know, you could see this guy maybe possibly losing his spot to this guy. I don't know. When did we draft this guy? A second round pick in 2018. So our top 6 overall medium potential player possibly could crack the starting roster if we decide to make a trade. Maybe we could swap Hogboom for a backup goaltender. That could be a possibility there. Maybe like a better potential backup tendy, you know, a young backup tender who could, you know, what am I saying? A young backup goaltender who could play behind Patrick Polivka if Nick McBride and the other guy, I think Spiller, don't actually pan out. So that could be an option there, because Hogboom's got a good contract. They need 2 overall top 6 defensemen with a 2.9 mil contract left. So Corson, that's interesting that he actually decided to grow a little bit this year up to an 80. So that's interesting. And he is top 6 ready. So that'll be interesting to play around with there. Other than that, Hillis, Subban, Medvedov, Lowe, Abdelkader, and Rodriguez. I mean, we're going to hold on to those 3 guys. But these guys are trade bait now. Subban is definitely trade bait. Hillis is trade bait. Medvedov is trade bait. They're just not. They just didn't progress, man. They did not progress, so they are trade bait. All right, right wingers. Glenn Potolny stayed in 86. Okay. I kind of was hoping that he would get a little bit of a bump. He's a third line scoring line forward still. But we're going to put him on that second line again, so we'll have to see about Potolny there. So he pretty much stayed the same. Everybody else here still pretty good. Prospect-wise, yep, everybody's fine there in the system for the right wingers. Left wingers, Roloff, there he is. Okay. Is he a second liner though? Yes, he is. Okay. So the fact that Chad Roloff now is a second line forward sniper, that makes me feel a little bit better than it makes me feel better that we traded Johnny Gaudreau. So I feel a little bit better about that, because I had a feeling that he was at least going to get to like an 85 overall. So our young 5th overall pick in 2019 has really paid off for us right now. We traded away Johnny Gaudreau for a draft pick for this year to get another nice little prospect defenseman. And this guy, the 5th round pick that we traded, what's his face? Did we trade? Wait a minute, we're 7 years in, right? So this is no, that wasn't our draft pick. I forget what we traded that high overall pick for. Anyway, his shots there. He's a sniper. Puck skills are good. Skating's good. Defense is actually pretty decent. So yeah, he's gonna pick up where Johnny Gaudreau left off. Very good. Shinkruk, he's still staying at 83. I think Shinkruk might be locked into an 83. Bork is at 81. Mitch Roz is 79, so we're good on there. In the system, Carter, Patan, Aubrey, and Carlotti. Yep, we're good with that. And then centers. What do we got here for all the centers? So Galchenyuk still stayed in 90, which is good to see. Didn't drop back down to an 89. Barzal still at an 88. Okay. Grigorenko still at an 88. Ryan Strome still at an 86. Horvat, I think he went back up to an 84, which is nice. So I think him and Shinkruk are going to be, I think they're going to be stuck as life or third liners, third line lifers, I guess you could say. I forget the term. I'm trying, it's blanking in my head right now, but I think they're going to be third liners for life. Linden Vey still there at 83, and Gaunce is still at 82. So all the centers here are still perfectly fine the way they are in the system. Kempe, Pedersen, Hutala, nope, not yet. Asherman, Kuznetsov. Okay, so that is what we are looking at right now. So if we take a look at the main roster here for forward-wise, we're going to have Galchenyuk, Barzal, and Grigorenko, Potolny, Strome, and Roloff, Horvat, Shinkruk, and Linden Vey, Brendan Gaunce, Gabriel Bork, and I guess either Mitch Mraz or Adrian Kempe or Pedersen if he's a fourth liner. Let's see, is Pedersen a fourth liner? Jyrki Pedersen is still a minor league scoring forward, so Jyrki is not going to get any playing time this year, maybe next year. But Kempe is a 4th line forward still, so we could either go with Adrian Kempe or we could throw some grit in there and start Mitch Mraz down there as well. So maybe we can reunite that 3rd line again, putting Lindevay and Hunter Shinkrug next to each other. So playmaker and a sniper next to each other with a power forward, and then once again sniper, playmaker, power forward. So it's going to be sniper, or wait a minute, it's going to be playmaker, playmaker, sniper. Yeah, so playmaker, playmaker, sniper, power forward, playmaker, sniper, power forward, sniper, playmaker, sniper, and then two-way forward, and then possibly a grinder for forward. So that's what the forward line possibly looks like. No problems with that. And then we have Nordland and Fowler, Hamilton and Helmanen, and then Tanev, and then possibly Corson if we decide to move Hogboom out for a backup goaltender if we need to. And then goaltenders, obviously Patrick Polivka, and then we might need a replacement there for Carter Hutton. So before we end this video off, let us just go to the trading block here, and let's just see, not the trading block, let's just go to proposed trade, and let's just check out all the goaltenders that teams are willing to get rid of here. So let's just go for goaltenders, goalies matching the block. Actually, I should just go to all goaltenders. Actually, goalies matching block. Yeah, so goaltenders matching block. So Anaheim doesn't want to give anybody away. Arizona, none. Boston, nope. Actually, no. It should be on. Should it be goaltenders that they'll show up in red? Are they looking to give away any skaters? Is the hold on, I want to make sure this is right. Skaters matching block. Okay, yeah, so they do want to give away those guys. Okay, so goaltenders matching block. So none for there, none for there. Boston, nobody. Buffalo, none. Carolina, Anton Hudobin, but he's way too low of an overall. Columbus, they want to get rid of Oscar Dance, but he's 86 and 27 years old. A little bit too old for Miss. Carramo, way too old. There's a potential backup right there. Corey Crawford, 83 overall, is being traded by the Chicago Blackhawks, 36 years old. 7.8 mil for another 1 year. I don't have the cap to take that on, though. That's the thing. I do not have the cap to take it on. I mean, I could probably ask Chicago to retain some cap if I take them. You know what? That's not terrible. If I do decide to take Corey Crawford from the Chicago Blackhawks, I could ask the Blackhawks to definitely retain some cap on Crawford. Probably at least half of his salary, because they just want to get rid of him, I would assume. So he's on the block. So Corey Crawford is up there. No, not that guy. Dallas, Kari Lehtinen, way too old and low overall. Gustafson, way too old, low overall. Edmonton, nobody. Florida. Okay, the Kings, nobody. Minnesota, nobody. Montreal, nobody. Jersey, nobody. Nashville, Marco, an elite potential goaltender. I don't know why Nashville wants to get rid of this guy. Eteni Marco, starting goaltender. Yeah, well, decent, I guess. New York Islanders, nobody, but he's way too high of an overall. Damphouse, he's not even signed yet. Philly, nope. Pittsburgh, Thomas. Okay, there's another option right there. Thomas Greiss. 83 overall. What's his contract look like? 1.6 for another 2 years. So he could technically be a nice little backup for us if he doesn't retire next year. So there's a possibility there. San Jose Sharks, Falcon Lautner, just prospect goaltenders. Tampa Bay, nope. Toronto, nobody there, just prospects. Winnipeg, Eric Comrie, 85 overall, 26 years old, so they're looking to get rid of Eric Comrie there in Winnipeg. I think 26 might be a little bit on the cusp for me, considering Polivka's I think 28 and signed for a long-term deal. Besides, what's Comrie's contract looking like anyway? Yeah, 5 mil for another 3 years. I'm not taking that on. There's my phone going off. And Washington, that's it. So basically, if we want to trade for a older but reliable backup goaltender, we have Corey Crawford available in Chicago, and we also have I believe Thomas Greiss available in Pittsburgh. Both 83 overall, and I think both like 35 or 36 years old. Like I said, if we wanted to take Crawford from Chicago, we're definitely going to have to ask them to retain some cap, so it'll be a little bit more better for us. I would probably ask them to take half of it. So what's half of a 7.8? That would be around like, oh my god, I'm terrible at math. What is that, 3.9? Yeah, that would be 3.9. A 3.9 cap hit. I'd even take 4 mil on Crawford for one final year. I think that would still be under the cap, maybe. Now, we might still be a little bit over that, but you know, just generally speaking. Before next episode, I'll maybe go look into younger goaltenders as well. But I'm just letting you guys know that those 2 goaltenders are available, Corey Crawford and Thomas Greiss, for a backup for us. So that's where we're going to leave it right now. You guys have seen our roster, and you've seen our offense, you've seen our defense, you've seen our goaltenders. Let me know what you guys think the Vancouver Canucks should do before we start simulating year number 7. We've seen the upgrades. You know, things are looking pretty decent once again for the offense and the defense. Just goaltending needs to be worked on a little bit. So, other than that, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe as always, and we'll see you guys next time.